knew that was going to happen.
What happened?
I think we're backstage. I'll figure it out.
I don't know. I see a little tag that says live.
There we are. Had to push all the right buttons.
That's our show, folks. Take care. It's been a great 2 hours.
Exactly.
I just need to comment on that opening.
Wow.
The music on that makes me think of the A-Team when they're building the tank so they can bust out of the barn and rescue the nuns.
It's all free stuff. It's all free stuff. Working on that. That's my attempt at a opening. It's I'm getting feedback. It seems to be a little long, mostly because there's 15 minutes of Justin's models on there.
Yeah, you took all of my favorites.
My favorite one, though, is where I made you look like Sergeant Slaughter. I thought that was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, you can leave that one in for sure.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember Sergeant Slaughter's voice now. Was that like it was really gravelly, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very gravelly.
Yeah.
Very gravelly. Well, as y'all can see, we got a couple special guests, a return guest in Mr. BG, and of course Matt from Lucas C is here. Welcome, you guys. Appreciate you. Matt's like, oh yeah, that's right, that's me. Appreciate you guys checking in with us today, hanging out.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Amen. Well, since we got you guys in here and hadn't had you in here in a while, we'll start with you, Mr. BG. What are you working on today?
I am working on, hang in your hats, this Bronco kit. This is highly technical camera work here. Doing the 2021 Bronco. Where's the box? Here's the box. This guy. That is it. And here's our paint job. Looks right in front of me, right? So it disappears.
Right.
Nice.
Sure.
It's like a green screen.
Yeah. So it's turned out pretty good. I'm really liking it. And one last second. Here is the chassis.
Wow.
That's
pretty detailed.
Nice.
Very nice.
I swear AMT spent all their money on the underside, so they can make that out for the Broncos there, but we'll leave it at that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Looking good. You did a real good job on that chassis. Excuse me, that chassis. It's a chassis.
Chassis.
Don't be so pretentious.
Can't help it. Well, what about you, Mr. Lucas C? What are you working on today?
Well, one would think that I should be working on this.
You would think.
But I'm not. I'm actually working. I am claying up a master to make a mold tonight of something I should be out with here at Lucas C Products in a few days is for the Deserter and what is that, the Sod Hopper, the 78 Chevy pickup cab and all the accoutrement that come with it. So that's what I'm going to be working on because I have to put you people before myself.
Whoops. I pushed the one wrong. Hang on.
We're gone again.
We're gone again. I got trigger happy. There we are.
Holy, now we have a different view. And we're missing somebody.
Thank you and good night, folks. Thanks for watching.
Right.
Is this the Gong Show?
Shortest episode ever.
That was the shortest episode ever. Thank you, Matt, for stopping by. Goodbye. Who wants to be next up?
Why don't you go next?
Why don't I go next?
Why don't you go next?
I'm getting closer and closer and closer to the light at the end of the tunnel with this daggum 71 petty car. I got my motor installed. I got some of my wiring ready and the wired and the motor. And I think I showed you guys last week. I'm not sure, but finally got her deckled up.
Oh, nice.
She's looking really sharp. That blue and that white really go together. That's what I worked on last week while we were here at the bench.
Hey, that new computer camera is making your builds look good, man.
Do what?
The new computer camera is making your builds look good.
Right? Got to do something. I have a. It's what do they call that? A
short memory span.
Well, that too, but they they got a filter. That's what it is. So every time I show a model car, it's actually somebody else's. It just AIs it in there automatically. But there's the old interior. So yeah, we're just a few
it's
steps
good.
away. We're a few steps away from tying everything together and making it happen, man. We're excited about that. Get this one behind us so we can get on the USAC build and the Valley car build, the 32 Ford build, and my good friend just introduced me to a new build today. It seems there's another group build that I'll let other people talk about that's starting next month.
There is?
There is. Do
Is
you
it
want
something that I can
There
build
is.
6 of?
Yeah, yes. It's something you can build 6 of if you don't step on one.
I think Frank's covered for the next 6 years if he just
Yeah, I'm
uses one. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
exactly.
That's it. What about you, Mr. Ryan? What are you building, my friend?
I am working on a 1/32 scale de Havilland Mosquito Wooden Wonder fighter bomber from World War II. It's a big one.
It's a big one. Got a box or something you can show us? What parts you're working on?
No, it's a secret.
It's a secret there.
Oh, it's a P2. Oh, okay.
Oh, it flies upside down. No. Look at that. That is a big one. Why do they call that a mosquito? That thing's big.
Because it's fast and annoying.
That's annoying. There you go.
I mean, I'll go with that. But yeah, this thing's got like a, I don't know, freaking 18-inch wingspan, I guess.
Good God.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a monster.
But
Holy
this,
cow.
this is the wing. So
Gee
this wing
whiz.
this wing is slide molded, so I don't have to attach upper and lower halves.
Nice.
This is basically ready to build.
Sweet.
Who makes that kit, Justin?
This is HK Models.
HK?
HK. Just making sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's HK. Yeah, HK Models. The,
So if we're not familiar with planes, is that a good company for kits?
it is. Yeah, absolutely. That's a high priced kit. Retail for that sucker was $250.
Wow.
I got it for $130 at the AAA Hobby sidewalk sale.
That's a bargain.
It's the only reason why I bought it.
Yeah.
Well, outside of building that, you want to tell us about your weekend?
Do I have to?
You can if you want to. You don't. You can pass right over top of it.
No. We so I spent the weekend out in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania, with a bunch of nerds for the AMPS. That's the Armor Modelers Preservation Society. It's our national convention, and last year I entered for the first time. I entered in an intermediate, and I got a gold. So that means this year I had to enter into advance, and I received a bronze for one and a silver for another.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Congrats, man. Austin, that's great.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Got to hang out with your fellow.
Very, very well done.
It's absolutely the best part of that is not necessarily the winnings. It's the shit you take home from the other people. So I have a Rob Adams original Merkava that I got to take home because he didn't want to take it back on the airplane with him because he had to fly all the way to Alberta.
Mm.
And then Andrew Measy, friend of the Insanity podcast, he came over from New Zealand, and he brought.
Oh, yes.
That's
He
just
brought
extra.
all sorts of. He brought hats for everybody, baseball caps with Velcro straps, Velcro nameplates and shit on them. So
Nice.
the back of mine says Ryan, and on the front it says "That's what she said."
How fitting.
I was in the Discord. I knew you guys were getting that. I think you got one for you and Riv and Adam's got it for the whole crew. But
Yeah.
I was in the Discord one night and nobody else was in there. And he was like, Mike, let me show you what I got for the boys. And I was rolling on the floor, all the different stuff that he got for you guys. We're like, that is way awesome. Way awesome.
On the way there on Thursday, I stopped and at my local pizza place, and I brought 7 cheesesteaks with me, 7 actual cheesesteaks
Nice.
for all of our international friends that have never had a cheesesteak, and some of our national friends that just don't live in the area. And they were like, "Oh my God, these are so good."
All I got was a hat.
I like that.
That's right. I get cheesesteaks from that place like once a week, so it's okay.
Now, is it considered a cheesesteak still if you don't put the onions on it?
Yeah.
Sweet. 'Cause
Meat and
I'd
cheese.
rather eat your shoe than eat an onion.
Really? I could eat an onion like an apple. I love onions. So.
I got a horror story
Oi.
behind those, but I don't eat no onions.
No, they're not raw. They're fried.
I used to love them, but now they trouble me.
Either way,
Old.
Yeah. I know that feeling all too well.
I'm so bad that if I go to a Subway or a sandwich shop and the onions have touched the tomatoes or touched the lettuce, I can eat it.
Welcome to the WebMD portion of today's
Well, it's either that or we talk about what Joey Clark says, "Hey, what a room full of legends this evening." I know he's not talking about me. Got to be talking about BG and Jason and everybody else but me, basically.
Well, thank you, Joey.
Mr.
Thanks,
Frank,
Joey.
you're up to that next, my friend.
Wasn't
What you
talking
working
about me.
I am still working on the dartboard for my USAC group build entry.
I can relate to that.
I'm up to final assembly. I'm actually
Oh,
I have the body, the interior.
Yes, you
in the
do.
body.
You got the body.
Oh boy,
It's
does he?
drying,
Woohoo.
but I
Ooh,
got
look
the
at that.
interior in there.
Loving that color. That
Oh yeah.
And I did the engine
Man,
compartment with a battery hold down and all
those
that.
decals are awesome too, man.
Thank you.
they are cool. They
Did
are.
you sneak a QR code in there for your channel and the decals?
They're not for
Maybe.
sale.
They're not for sale.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop, even though they're not. It doesn't stop people from asking.
Well, I was just thinking if you were creating the pattern, you could sneak a QR code in there for your channel, so when people take a picture
Yeah,
of your
probably
model,
could.
they subscribe to your channel.
I fabbed up the chassis.
I thought you were done. Hang on.
I almost dropped it.
Don't do that.
Fabbed up the
Don't do
exhaust.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Those are
Oh, yeah.
3D printed,
Oh, nice.
Nice.
3D printed glass packs that say Cherry Bomb on them,
Nice.
and 3/32 inch solder wire for the
2, 3.
exhaust that goes from the glass pack up to the exhaust manifolds. I didn't bother with headers because an A body with headers is just it's a nightmare in a full size car. It's even worse.
Is that because of the torsion bars?
Yeah, because of the torsion bars.
Gotcha.
And then the glass packs and the exhaust exits are both 3D printed items based off of files by Scale Auto Model Works. So those are 3D printed, and the ends themselves, that's painted with Stuart Semple Mira, which is hideously and unnecessarily expensive, but probably the best and most durable brush on chrome there is. It's better
Really?
than Molotow. Yeah, it dries. You can actually, I'll touch it. Don't tempt me. I'll touch it.
Look at that.
Oh, I'll touch it.
Can you lick it? Can you lick it?
Stop touching me. Stop touching me there, Frankie. I don't like you like that.
I did wire up the engine. I got the engine wired. I got some heater hoses, some vacuum hoses. The engine, the distributor is wired with the proper firing order.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
crazy.
I'm thinking that gold color. Was that a gold or a carburetor green or what is that?
That gold, it's what's it called? Gaia Notes. It's
Looks like a pagan.
yeah, it's the same company that makes the metallic yellow that's in the engine compartment.
Okay.
I was trying to play off as many colors as possible because the turquoise that's in the, I don't know if this was by design, the turquoise that's the engine color is also represented inside the floral top the original one, because the floral top pattern that's in these decals was made from an actual picture of a green floral top Dodge Dart that had original unrestored but in really good condition vinyl top. So that's how I made the pattern, and the colors are pretty spot on. So
Nice.
Sweet.
I should be done with it within the next couple of days. I got a barn burner hour-and-a-half video coming out on how I got to this part right now. I know people love that.
Well, before we move on to Tim, I got a question from Luca here, or actually a compliment. He said Joey Clark, Luca said he really wanted to thank Luca again for his help in building the replica tribute of his dad's 55 Chevy.
Of which one was it?
Joey Clark said that he wanted to thank you again for his help building the replica tribute of his dad's 55 Chevy. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, the I believe it was blue and white. Yeah, it was from something I pointed out on a video from a long time ago, and he saw that and goes, "I never realized that the AMT kit had that incorrectly. I can fix that." I'm glad to be of service.
Lucas C, the
I
fountain of
appreciate
information.
it. Yeah, right. What else do I got to do?
All right. Next up, we got the mighty Tim Ryan. Tim, what are you working on, friend?
I am working on the 256 wagons and the trailer still. I finished the Bonfire wagon. I'll show you.
Yeah.
That is too cool. That is too cool, man.
It's been on this little turntable here.
And the tag hanging on with one bolt. That's classic. Half the bumper gone. Yep, that's classic. Exhaust hanging out the back window. That is cool as shit.
That's
the
cool.
Inside,
I like
the
it.
inside is the engine. I don't know if you can see the engine. Let me see. Hang on. Let me take the hood off.
So the 2x4 holding it up.
Yeah, the engine is half an engine.
Right.
So you can see the valley where the push rods would go and all that stuff.
That is wicked.
Oh, great.
So it looks like it was the whole point was it was in a bond, it stopped running, so they tried to take it apart and couldn't do it. The underneath, I wired up the drive shaft with a piece of wire like people would do.
Oh, yeah.
There's no transmission, so there's a 2x4 going across to hold the engine in. So,
Yeah.
Classic.
That's
Old
awesome.
tricks, man.
So no Bluetooth
Old trick.
drive shaft there, eh?
no. And then I found this balsa wood at my hobby store, and it kind of looks like a 2x4.
Yeah.
So I figured they'd have the hood open with 2x4. So,
I like it.
the interior, I'll show you the interior. Let me get a picture of it here because you can't see it anymore. That's what the interior looks like.
Oh, look at that. Transmission's in the back, heads in the back.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
That's too cool.
That's
Quarts
very
of oil
cool.
wells are all spilling all over the place. The funnels on the seat.
Yep. Dripping
Yeah.
oil. Yep.
So I'm going to have to print a picture and put it with the model when I go to shows because you can't see the interior because the windows are all shitty.
Right.
But it's all right. So that one's done. I just took the trailer out of the box. I need to show you the trailer I'm using. That's the trailer we're going to put that on.
I've been looking at that. That's a 3D printed trailer or no?
No, this is from Oshima.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice.
It's a cool looking trailer.
Yeah.
That is a nice trailer. I like the fact it comes with a spare tire too,
Yeah. And then the trailer will be being towed by that one.
Oh, yeah.
So,
The before and after, but it's the after and before.
yeah, exactly. It's all polished and all that. It's all done. I just got
Dude,
to,
that paint is stunning.
I'm working on the interior now.
What's your metallic black you use for that?
That is MCW Finishes Overstock 1980 Chrysler T7 Black Walnut Metallic. and then Splash Paints 2K Clear.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that color. It's good. I did a Mercury, that same color, a 49 Merc, and then I mixed in blue pearl with the clear. Completely changed the color of the car. It's unbelievable what it did to it.
That's cool.
But I like that color.
Joey, we're sorry. We're sorry for your loss, my friend. Joey was saying that he had to bury his dad this weekend. Sorry to hear that.
Sorry about that.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
For
very sad, young man.
the MCW is come out with, I believe they've actually got it on the market now. Their version of the unicorn tears. I texted, and I say texted, it was in one of his, I commented on one of his videos, Mike's guest videos, and he says it's out and available. So
I got some.
do you?
Yeah, I want to know how well that works because the Mr. Leveler 400 is getting harder and harder to get.
It's going to get harder before it gets
Yeah, it is.
What she said. That's what Justin's hat said.
But Frank, you haven't used it much?
I haven't had a chance to. Smells very similar to Mr. Color Leveling Thinner. Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't taste the same though.
No,
I was just going to ask, can you make it?
Oh, you could drink it.
listen.
Oh, yeah. If that's the last thing I want to do.
Justin thins down some of his paint with moonshine.
It'll work.
If it works, it works, right?
Everclear?
Just a tip, a hint about the Mr. Color Leveling Thinner. BJ DeBecker. Most of you guys most of the car guys probably aren't going to recognize the name. He ran Panzer Concepts. He passed away after complications from a surgery back in, I guess, September, October. He and I, about this time last year, we were chatting about Mr. Color Leveling Thinner. He actually looked up the MSDS and compared it to a high temp reducer from PPG. So you can probably go to your paint jobber and buy a quart of high temp PPG reducer and have the same exact effects as you would with the Mr. Color Leveling Thinner.
No kidding. So it's not actually a lacquer thinner, huh?
No, because that's why you can use it in things that aren't just lacquer.
Yeah,
because that's the reducer that the like what you do at your work. That's what the painters in the collision shops use to blend in the new painted parts of the old, and then to burn it in,
especially in the summertime.
Melt it together. Yeah.
It says on the bottle,
which is all year round here.
Tested. It was tested with the following brands: MCW Enamels, Tamiya, their X and their XF series, and their LP series. Mr. Color solvent based, Humbrol enamel. Okay. Testers enamel, True Color solvent based, AK real color lacquer, and more. Humbrol enamel. I've actually seen Humbrol enamel. I've seen that brush painted on like one of those little Triumph cars. I forget. It was like it might have been like an Airfix group or something like that. And I brush painted with Humbrol enamel, and the finish was beautiful. It came fantastic. Yeah, I don't know if I would imagine he probably wet sanded and polished it, but it came out great.
I used it on an engine for a 50 Ford convertible. I did a 53 Ford, something like that. The old Lindbergh kit, and it took like weeks for that paint to dry in that engine. The model was just about done, and I was waiting for the stupid engine to dry. It just took forever.
If I remember correctly, I think Humbrol and the Revell paints are the same guys now.
Well, that would be why I don't like the Revell paints.
Yeah.
I bought a couple bottles. I didn't like it. I actually gave it to Jason.
I had that. I tried that. I painted a little slot car once with some Humbrol paint, the old tin, looked like a little paint can thing, that style. And I airbrushed it on. I probably used the wrong thinner. I don't know. I don't remember. This was like in the late 80s. And that thing never set up. It was always tacky.
Yeah.
And so I never went back to Humber paints after that.
But did it smell like disappointment?
No, that's what my paint job.
No, it didn't have that lovely smell. Only Testers has that.
Yeah.
Tim and Jason, Miss Linda, the modeling chick, says we just got home from RTS show. You missed a good one.
Yeah.
I'm actually answering her right now. As you were saying that, that's funny.
Yeah. Well, sometimes life gets in the way of the fun.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I am blessed next month, though. I've got 2 shows. One I'm just going down to check out because I've heard some negative things about it, so I want to go down and get my own opinion.
I've heard negative things.
Well, they're judging.
I've heard negative things, so I'm going to go down there and start a fist fight.
But and then I got at the beginning of the month, and then at the end of the month, we got PamsCon down in Plant City, which is a really good show. A lot of fun down there. I get to hang out with a whole bunch of good dudes. But before we get into all that, we have one more, our illustrious leader, if you will, that has to tell us what he's working on. Talking to you.
Talking about me?
Talking to you, Jason.
Illustrious leader.
Wow. You're just jealous, Matt.
I just thought you were like the rest of us,
I
Jason.
am.
Pimple on the ass of progress.
Pimple
Me
on the
too. I don't know where that came from, but all right. Appreciate it.
I got my cameras mixed up. I forgot I'm supposed to be kissing Tim's butt. I'm here with that.
Yes, you are, because I don't have that kit. So, still working on the Blazer. Yeah, but I'm making good progress. We're ready. The chassis is done. Interior, engine bay, all that.
I'm digging that red. What red is that? The interior red.
It's a Tamiya TS11 maroon with a Tamiya flat clear over it.
Nice.
Then we got the body clear coated.
Nice.
I was working on pinning the spare tire mount.
Very nice.
So that's set to go. I'm going to let this sit because I cleared it this morning. I'm going to let this sit for 2 or 3 days and then put the body and the chassis together. And it's kind of strange with these Revell Blazers. The glass goes on from the outside, which is foreign to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird. It's like a race car.
Yeah. So we're having fun with that. And there's going to be actually, if you guys, right at 6 o'clock, there's a video dropping on my channel about the Street Machine group build that starts June 1st. I kind of added the Facebook page into that. I don't want to give away too much. So if you look at my channel at 6 p.m., you'll see the video.
Sounds good. Now on that black on your on the body, is that top the same color and then you just flat cleared it, or is that a different color?
No, so that's Mr. Color leveling, not leveling thinner. Jeez, you guys got me talking about that. Mr. Surf's a 1500 black,
Right.
the whole thing, and then I taped off the top and just clear coated right over the primer.
Gives it just a subtle change, and the top would be a different shade of black because it was made out of different materials. That is really cool.
Yeah, looks good.
Nicely done, man.
Yeah, nicely done.
Yeah, so I mean, that's,
I like it.
Thank
That's
you.
looking really good.
That's where we're at. I'm itching to finish this dang thing so that I can start. I got like 3 other kits stacked up on the bench back here that I want to start by June 1st, actually. So,
And they haven't said anything about
Is
it.
the
but
Camaro in that stash?
no, the Camaro's not in that stash.
Oh,
Is
good.
it in your stash to start?
Just been gathering. I got a couple of priorities.
Yeah.
Well,
so
if I know what's good for me, I got to keep the Malibu on
Yeah.
front and center, man.
Dude, we got a year and a half to finish the Camaros. I'm in no rush.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a smart move.
yeah. but I do have.
I am
I have a
looking forward
plane
to it.
sitting there.
It's not that it's not that it's not on my mind.
Oh, trust me, I know. I'm collecting parts too, but I have a plane I have to build almost immediately, and I have something for the Street Machine group build that I have to start June 1st. And there's something else coming up that I need to start.
Well, you got 9 months or so to get, well, just about a year to get some armor done so you can get out to freaking Amps Nats next year.
Yeah, that too.
I was,
I would like to go to that.
I was so close to just going and hanging out, right?
Yeah.
I was so close.
Hold on. Let BG, why don't you announce what that is?
So Jason's alluding to the fact that we are also doing the Great Porsche group build for 2025, starting on June 1st as well. And of course, we'll be doing this on Lucas's Facebook page, on the Facebooks, and yeah,
On the Porsche.
On the Porsche Facebook, yeah, and any type of Porsche, even the tractor.
Even the tractor.
Yes.
Dang it! I forgot I had that tractor.
Before we get too far, Slugo wants someone to explain the difference between a street machine and a hot rod.
That's very simple, very basic. To get to the nuts and bolts of it, a hot rod is anything up to 1948. 1949 and newer is considered a street machine.
Boom.
Boom.
And
He just
That's
dropped
how
the
it
mic and
rolls.
walked out of the room.
Yeah, if I had him, I have a mic, but it was expensive, and I don't want to drop it.
Yeah, I can relate.
Hey, and then there was another announcement today. The
Yeah, look at that.
Facebook group, the Facebook group is up for the 2025 48-hour build
oh,
by our buddy Craig. So,
Yes, sir.
Marlon.
right, and that's a
I'm looking
different
forward to
time
that.
different time this year. So I think it's a weekend earlier than it normally is.
Yeah, which is okay. That works out because that enables me to do it.
The
Yeah.
dartboard is on its feet.
The dartboard is on its feet. Nice.
Sweet. Yeah,
That's
that's
a very special group build, Matt. You realize that, right? That 48-hour group
What's that?
build. That 48-hour group build is a very special group build. That marks a year that we've been pals. Wouldn't you like
Well,
to
I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
Okay, so
Somebody needs to mute there.
That's right. That's where we met on the Discord doing that.
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it either.
What, the back?
There's an echo from somebody.
Yeah, there is an echo.
Is it me?
Ah.
Me?
It's probably me because I don't hear it.
I don't hear nothing either.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that because I don't know who it is. I know it's not me.
I could be
I don't
the
know how
Van
to.
Santa and I
mute
could say,
from my-
lighten up, Francis.
Would it be my ceiling fan causing that?
No, it's you can definitely hear it. Somebody talking. It's an echo of somebody talking.
yeah. It
All right,
sounds
hold
like
on.
somebody's talking through the wall.
It's like, yeah, it's either like in the next
Hold on.
room, like a TV or something.
All right, everybody say something.
How about
It's
me?
Matt.
Yeah,
It's
it-
Matt.
It's Matt.
Bueller. Bueller.
Don't feel bad, Matt. I was that guy for a long time, and then I broke down and bought this daggum computer.
It's always me.
It's
It doesn't
pronounced,
matter what piece of equipment I use.
Mike, it's pronounced Dell computer, not Daggum.
No, it's actually pronounced something else. It's some sort of gaming MSI, but
Oh, see, mine's an omen.
omen. Is that a good omen or a bad omen?
MSI makes nice
So far,
computers.
it's been a good omen.
It only
Mike,
works. on
MSI
October
makes nice
31st.
computers.
Yeah, this was one of their not high end because there's another one that was above this one, but a little better than middle of the road.
Is it Is it a touch screen?
No, I didn't get I bought the MSI is the computer, and then I bought everything else separate. So it's a 27-inch curved screen, and then the computer is the one with the Windows 11 i9 processor.
Yeah.
All the big gigawatts and bells and whistles and stuff that I don't even pretend to understand.
So when you rendered the video to make the intro, how long did it take to render the video?
9 inches.
Instant. Yeah.
3 hours because it's so long.
My computer's really long in the tooth. So when I put out anything more than a half hour, which is off of the course because I don't shut up, but
No.
anything more than a half hour, it takes like 3 hours to render it. It'll get to like there's nothing left to do, and it runs out of memory, and then it just sits there and relaxes, catches its
Just
breath.
hangs out.
Yeah.
Well, the
And
biggest thing I noticed with this one is when I load it into here. Of course, I've been using my phone with no Wi-Fi or nothing, just my service. You know, it comes with the phone. And uploading to YouTube now, instant. Just, I mean, that as soon as you say YouTube, bump, it's there. You know, and where before, I've loaded 10 hours. Waited 10 hours if the weather was bad. Waited 10 hours for a video to come up. By the time the video come up, it was outdated. Right? It was like it was behind the times.
I did my group build entry video.
Apparently.
The group build was over.
But
As we speak, I'm still having problems. I can't get our podcast rendered because my computer is just not functioning well.
Well, that's news I didn't want to hear on this right now.
Speaking of that,
Yeah, isn't it neat?
because I wasn't there, how'd that go, Brian?
It was okay. It was okay. We Josh and Chris wanted to do the Midwest model car report, so they read your notes.
Nice.
They did okay.
Spoiler alert, I'm not on the next podcast.
And
They
I
did
didn't say
okay.
why.
Really
I just
cool.
said you will all know soon enough as to why you weren't there. That's all I said.
Yes, that's it. Yes. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
In the
Well,
closing,
then I might have to cut something. You don't want anybody to know? It's a good thing it didn't render it. I got to re-edit something.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's fine. By the time it gets uploaded, you know what? It's fine. Leave it as, don't do any extra work.
That sounds
Oh,
like a
I
trap.
won't.
Whenever my wife says that's fine, you don't have to. That's a trap, Matt. Don't fall for it.
No, for real. You guys are,
But I'll be
It's
right
fine.
back. I got to go look and see what the issue was.
okay.
Hold on.
That's the same thing as saying. That's the same thing as saying. Do whatever you want.
Hey, mute while you're gone, will you?
Do not do whatever you want.
fine.
I'll do it.
Wait a minute. That's easy.
Yeah, mute him, will you?
Speaking of royalty and high-end peoples, welcome to the party, Fred Henry.
Fred Henry. Hey, buddy.
Fred,
Boom, Fred.
What up, Fred?
KBCC just said something, Jason, that I think you and I will appreciate.
I'm sorry. Who said what? Where?
KBCC Garage. He says this show reminds him of the old days of the Friday night hangouts.
Yeah,
And
buddy.
From what
That's
I
the best one
understand,
ever.
yes, that's a compliment for sure. So
For sure.
I love the Friday night hangouts.
Yep.
I miss them. I told Fred that I missed them.
I will definitely take that as or we can definitely take that as a compliment.
very much.
For sure. Yes, we can.
It's all fun and games.
Hey, you know what? I actually neglected to mention because there was actually 2 shows back to back for me. The rally car, that little 32nd scale Mini Coupe, that was selected as my ordinance for judging, and I got a bronze for that as well at the MFCA.
Oh, congratulations.
Nicely
That
done.
was the week prior.
Nice.
Very cool. And it doubles as your rally car group build. Look at that.
I at the Art Lasky show out in SoCal. So the SoCal Open, we took second place for our Curtis Midget, and third place for the Dart Bag, but I was behind Daniel Valencia and Jay Coburn, so those are great guys to be in league with. And then took another second place for the Lower Jimmy truck, or street trucks.
I love that Lower Jimmy. That thing's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Absolutely love that. That and that little Mini Cooper sitting in the field. Those are my two favorites.
Thanks, man. As a matter of fact, the Mini Cooper is now on display in a case at Andy's Hobby headquarters.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
And you can see the Curtis Midget race car in advertisements on the Lucas C channel, because I saw it for the piece that he made you for the tires up front.
Yeah,
That was cool. I saw that. I'm like, hey, I know that car.
those worked out really well. They helped make that build.
Which, of course, reminds me that I'm still working on my car, so we will do the short track group build again. Whenever Jason and I can sit down and create a video.
Yeah, I think Mike's got a long track build going on there.
Yeah, there's no short track about that.
Thanks, I think.
I want to start a group build. I'm going to call it the squirrel build, where you start 3 different models in the time it takes to build one. You don't have to finish them. You just have to start 3 different models. That's going to be my squirrel build.
That'll be the winner of that group, Bill.
Yeah. And you can double, triple, or quadruple dip on that one if you want to.
Wow.
That's my problem. I have about a month to build one. After that, I lose interest and I need to move on. So once I start, I got to stick with it, because if not, it just goes back on the box.
It'll be the speed dating of model building. Oh, time's up. Ding. Move on to the next model.
And they'll still leave empty-handed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, story of my life, man. That's a whole other podcast.
That's a whole nother, yes.
Yes, it is.
So early in the week, I was having a problem. I was printing out the body for the Andre Bezrodny 68 AMX. The body came out great. It's a really nice file. You got to print to go pick it up. And I did just check that the SC Rambler is not out yet, but keep an eye out for that. But when I was looking at the hoods, I noticed a perfect hole going what would be perpendicular to the build plate. Usually, if the worst case scenario when something like that happens means you've lost a range of pixels on your screen, your LCD screen, which is you're gonna have to replace it. Which good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck. You're better off just buying it, because they're never gonna honor the warranty. The other thing that it could be is that there's something stuck inside the resin vat that you can't see because the resin's in the way. That's stuck to your PFA film or your FEP film. That's the little semi-translucent membrane between the resin and the LCD screen. That would mean emptying out the resin. Not that bad, just you got a worst case scenario in that is that you might have to change the PFA film if you pierce it while you're taking the offending thing off.
Which is
it could also be a piece of dust between the PFA film and the screen, which has happened to me before. But in this case, it was, and I don't know how this happened, one of my dog's hairs, which gets everywhere. This dog's hair, it's like he's like a short-haired dog. He's half what do they call him? He's like half beagle and half Shar-Pei.
Oh boy!
So the Shar-Pei part, his you can hear him barking. His hair are like quills. So if you're walking around barefoot in the house, they like stick into your feet.
Ow!
Yeah.
But it sounds like he's walking around shooting them out like porcupines, you know?
He is.
Quills,
Yeah.
quills.
If he goes anywhere, and he's a friendly dog. He's like very attached to. If you're in the house 5 minutes, he's your buddy. You know, he wants to sit on top of you, hang out with you. You know, he's a really nice dog. It's just he sheds like crazy.
Well, I don't let either one of my dogs in here. I got a young blue-nosed pit, and I've got an old. She's an old girl, but she's an old English. And I don't see too many of his hairs, but her hairs, I don't know if they stick to my socks or whatever when I'm walking around, but I find her hairs everywhere in here, even in my damn paint booth. And I'm like, I don't even let dogs in here.
Yeah,
It's on,
it
it's just
happens.
on you, dude.
I told my girl, I said, those dogs are going to be outside dogs if I keep finding hairs in my paint booth. And she said,
Yeah.
those dogs will be inside dogs. You'll be an outside boyfriend.
Oh,
That's
his
what I
hair has
figured
been
he was
in.
going to say. Yeah.
His hair has been in almost every single one of my builds since we got him in 2021. There is my dog's DNA is in every one of these belts.
Okay, so note to self, don't touch one of Frank's models. I might break out in hives then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, don't lick one either.
Right, just I'll break out in hives just before I lose
In
consciousness.
general, allergies or not, please resist the urge to lick my models if you could. It's just like a like a little pet peeve of mine. If you could, if it's not too much.
I was just saying, I'd break out in hives just before I lose consciousness from being hit in the back of the head.
Well, I can't guarantee I won't lick your models, Frank. They just finally got me to stop licking the windows while I was driving. So
Yeah. It's terrifying riding with him.
Right. Well, hey, it keeps them from fogging up, right?
yeah, that's it.
Tim shows up and he's got his helmet on. You know, he's been riding with Jason. Jason trying to keep him under control.
That's it. That's it.
And he's got his box of crayons. He's good to go.
That's it. We're still trying to master staying inside the lines.
Nah. Color outside the lines. Eat dessert first. Have fun.
Listen, I dressed myself today, and that's a good start.
That's a bonus.
But only because my beautiful wife left my clothes out for me. If not, I'd still be walking around the house naked.
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in, folks.
Make sure it didn't happen.
No.
Frank!
No. We don't want that.
I'm just going to say it didn't happen.
Let that freak flag fly, Tim.
I would rather just say it didn't happen.
Oh, Matt's back.
All right, hang on. We got you muted, man. We have to turn you back on here.
No, you don't have to. You're okay.
All right, you're good to go, man.
Yay.
The engraving for the seats on this Bronco kit, the lines are like scale size wise. They're probably about 3 inches deep.
Story of my life.
Can you see the engraving on that?
Looks like an Airfix airplane kit.
Yeah, right. Hey, well, at least it's got recessed panel lines. Yeah, it goes all the way through.
Yeah, right. Transparent if you hold it up to the light.
Matt, is Charlie Brown's teacher in the next room?
Probably. Is that what it sounds like?
That's exactly what it sounds like.
It does.
Boy, I bring nothing but problems with me.
It's all right. You work the problems, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a smart thing to say.
Yeah. Listen, we're used to it. How's that?
Yeah,
The
you
tolerance
gotta live with it.
high on this one.
Every podcast we fired up and we're like, taking all bets. What's it going to be today, folks?
Did I miss Somebody jumping into the chat here. I got to scroll back. Yes, I did. Hey, Brian, Got Fuels Model Car Garage.
Why?
up, Brian?
Brian?
Hey,
Been a
Brian.
minute since I've talked to him.
Yeah. Have those punk squirrels eaten your car up by now?
Oh man.
Oh, this guy that's complaining about the Echo is back. He says it's Luca. We know there's nothing we can do short of kicking him off, and we're not going to do that. So
Kick me off. Take a vote. Kick me off.
No.
Let's see what will they say? Who wants me off?
Matt
no.
leaves, I leave.
It doesn't
Please
matter what they
rephrase
want.
the question.
Yeah, no. Matt stays.
That's it. He's like the furniture. He ain't going nowhere.
Furniture.
Justin, honey,
I'm always here like a badass rash.
as a
Badass.
professional painter,
Well, hold on.
what would-
Is that a bad ass rash or a bad ass rash?
Yes,
as a-
Yes.
You got a badass tattoo. Wait a second.
on his rash.
as a professional painter, what would the advantages be of a tinted 2K clear? Like say a blue
It would.
2K clear.
I mean, it would tint your top coat. You see these new Mazda flashy red Mazdas running
Yes.
around. They
Yes.
actually are a 4-stage paint job,
Good
and the
lord.
last stage is a tinted clear coat.
Oh, no
Okay.
kidding.
So, and that's, I mean, in essence, that's basically how they did candy paint jobs back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the tinted
Yes,
clear
sir.
coat over your thing, so you can
So what
modify
would the
your.
difference between like a candy could still be a base coat that has to be cleared because it like is there a candy that would dry like semi matte or something like that?
Well, in paints
There
nowadays,
actually is. House of Color makes one. They have. I used to know the codes, but it was it was like kind of like a simpler kind of a fake candy. I don't know how to explain it, but it was basically a one-shot candy. You did have to just put regular clear over it, but you didn't have to do your base coat and then your candy color over it. It came already ready to rock.
They still have
It looked really close. It wasn't great.
I just got these from Splash. It's gloss clear blue 2K, and
Okay.
you have to use the hardener with it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
there would be no purpose. I could just use this as the top coat.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's good to know. It's one less coat to screw up.
Right. So,
But-
like I said, back in the old days, the last coat of a paint job for a candy paint job was the tinted clear coat, and they would sand and buff that. So, now with the 2K clears, they just put that over top.
Yeah.
I must say, I love the red colors that Mazda has right now. They look like a lozenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I bought those colors from Splash Paints. I have a Nova I'm going to use them on. So does he offer a red in that tinted clear, Frank? Do you know?
Yes.
does?
Red, yellow, and blue.
Perfect.
So Justin, should I get the red clear to go over those two colors? Because it's two different color reds.
Yeah. It'll pump those reds up.
Will it? Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, that Mazda, it starts off with a metallic, like a dark gray ground coat, a metallic red, then a tinted clear red, and then another clear coat over top of that.
Yeah.
So it'll bump up your reds.
Yeah. So the paint I bought from him, it's 2 bottles, and there's one you put down first. They're both red, and then there's another one you put down after that, and then it says to clear it.
Well, you put
Yeah.
this first.
That first, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that first.
I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna ask the community a question of what am I doing wrong.
What
Matt.
you're not doing right is sitting it out in the sun for 2 days.
Yeah.
Matt, have you ever had a problem with that paint?
Not in
Never
30
had a
years.
Never.
Never
Never.
had a
Not
problem.
in the 40, not in the 50, 57 years I've been painting models.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Matt,
You're
was
old.
it the House of Color Shimmerin line? you were
59. I
talking
started
about?
when I was 2.
I think he's talking about the House of Colors candy base coat, because I know that House of Colors offers a candy base coat.
Yeah, they offer a like it's kind of like a pre-metallic cut of a Metallica.
Is it
a pre-metallic? You know, like usually with especially with House of Colors.
Are you delayed? Can you hear? Am I speaking?
What?
Welcome
Is it-
to
I
our
don't
world.
know.
Yeah.
Is it the Shimrin line that you're thinking of?
Shimmerin. Classic.
What the fuck is happening right now?
I don't know.
It's Shimrin is literally a line of House of Color paints. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't think
I think that is.
I
I
thought
think that
you
is
said
it.
I'm okay, Spider.
What the fuck is happening right now?
So I think it's like you don't have to lay down you don't have to lay down the silver base and then do a metallic flake job or whatever, depending on how you want to go, like you do with some of it.
Holy cow.
is what it is. But I thought because that candy base coat that I was using,
180.
they said the same thing. You didn't have to lay down a gold. You could, but you didn't have to lay down a gold or a silver. But I did find that if you put a gold behind it, it gives it a different tone, an apple or a warm tone, if you will.
It is. Well, I'm reading the description here, and it is the Shimrin 2 FX carrier base coats that you're talking about.
Aha.
Nice.
Mystery solved. Thank you, Scooby.
There you go.
He's been hanging with Adams this weekend. He may have already gotten his Scooby snack.
Yeah, I can eat on my phone. Well, hello. Mrs. BG just brought lunch.
Woo! Nice.
Sorry, I got my times all messed up. I didn't mean to call you. I was thinking, oh, his thing starts at 2 because we're going to go at 2.
Yeah. No.
And as it's ringing, I'm like, wait, he's on this thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on my thing. I'm on my thing.
We had a conversation about that once before, and then we banned it. There's no more talking about on your
Yeah. We got to keep it clean, dude. Sorry.
Please.
Can't talk about my thing.
Yeah. Don't make me boot you.
Yeah. At least somebody does.
You could scour the world over for lives and videos and never find the one that Mr. PT's been booted out of. Well, this would definitely be a first.
Mr. BG's been what now?
Never been booted out of a live or a video. So if Jason booted you, that would be a first for sure.
Did he really? Oh.
No,
that
no.
sucks.
He didn't boot you yet.
Okay.
He's threatening to if he did.
No, I said no talking about your thing. Don't make me boot you.
Sorry, when Mr. BG's talking, I have to listen. So.
Right.
And we're not talking about the kind of boot that you can put on your wheel either.
Oh, yeah.
Boo, isn't that what the English people call the trunk?
I'll give you a boot to the boot.
Boot to the head.
Oh,
Boot to
that's
the
a
head.
classic. That's a classic radio bit.
Ah, you booted me in the head.
And to my sister, I'd be pleased. A boot to the head.
Boot to the head.
That's exactly what I plan on leaving for my sister.
Oh gosh, I'm missing a part. There it is. I found it. Hooray! I saved the world.
You found it.
I found it.
Found it. Hooray!
It's purple. I get the fish mounting, Tim. But what is roll bars?
Get fish mounting timber. What is roll bars?
I'm a little lost. Roll bars are just that. They're okay, roll bars. Oh, are you talking about? I don't know.
Yeah, I've been
Looks
forgotten
like he
before.
could be a villain in the next Spaceballs movie with that kind of drop shit he has on his head.
We ain't found shit.
My favorite line of that whole movie.
Oh,
Comb the desert.
That I like the plumber. Plumb the shit right out of your house.
Yeah, yes.
Come on, we can't forget John Candy.
No, sir.
I'm half man, half dog.
I'm a mom.
I'm a dog. I'm my own best friend.
Classic.
So he
I
is
miss him.
talking about fish mounting a tube to build a roll cage. Fish mount is when you take a tube, whether it be 1-to-1 or even with you build it on for scale, and you basically cut, for lack of better terms, a U in it on half of the pipe, so the pipe actually slides over it, kind of like that. So it's called a fish mouth. Kind of look, if you look at it from the side, it looks like this. So the pipe will slide in, and they call it a fish mouth.
Can't explain any better than that.
Exactly. Perfect.
I'll pick it up what you're laying down.
It's,
Laying pipe.
Two
Stop
scope
talking
what you're
about
pooping.
Two. I've built 1 or 2 roll cages in my lifetime, so yeah,
Just 1 or 2?
just 1 or 2. We were going. I was riding with my superintendent the other day because we didn't want to work, so we rode around and went to lunch. And he was asking about. He has a Jeep, and he was asking about some of the stuff I built. And I went into my old archive of pictures, and I actually found a roll cage that we built for a custom international, and that one was really nice. We laid that out. But what I liked about that was nobody had done one. I looked all over the interwebs, but nobody had made one. So we were able to do it and get it done and make it look decent. That one was a lot of fun.
Those are the days.
But he wanted me to build him one. I said, well, first thing we got to do is go buy another tubing bender. So we start at $5,000 for the first tool. He was like, okay, never mind. I don't need one that bad.
Yeah.
I sold my tubing.
This was your boss?
Well, yeah, one of them. My superintendent.
Yeah. Well, I would have said, first of all, we need to talk about a pay raise so I can afford the equipment to build you one.
It's funny because the guys that I work for, I used to work with back in the day at a different company. So it's like when the one company
Back in the
closed up, back in the day,
Ding ding.
and they all start, basically one guy started up another company, so everybody that worked for the one company moved over there.
Oh, where did that file go?
Oh, good Lord Jesus Christ.
To swing back around again and answer Billboard's question, no, I didn't get fired. I have the day off today.
As far as you know.
As far as I know. Hey, after what I did yesterday, be happy to be employed.
Yeah, you were hero yesterday.
Yeah, what'd you do yesterday?
Well, to quote Homer Simpson, not the way I quit. No, there was an emergency situation at the store while I happened to be there, and Andy had to run out, so I just took over and finished running the store for the day.
Look at you, big boss man.
Right place, right time. Help train the guy on that's not doing the weekend stuff right now. So I was like, hey, I'm the supervisor.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear BG hats.
Some do wear BG hats.
And he was wearing his BG hat.
I was. And people still didn't
Yeah,
know
it's
who I
in
was.
the video if you watch the club video if any of you do that, but you're all probably don't really watch my channel, do you?
Like and subscribe.
Wait, you have a channel?
Thank you.
Dude, that's awesome.
BG, did you have your hat on?
Yes,
You
I
did.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
No need to watch the video now.
That's cool.
I'm going to send you a text right now, Mike.
But was Jason there? Was Jason there? Was Jason there? You had your hat on? Yeah.
Don't you the guy that claims he knows Blue Ox? Oh my.
Listen, I was telling the peoples about, hanging out with this one, hanging out with that one, and they all were just kind of taking it in. And then when I told them I was friends with Jason at the Blue Ox Model Shop, they didn't believe me. They're like, no way. No way. He has way better taste than hang out with guys like you.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, you're right.
You guys are silly.
Infamous and famous. All at the same time.
Silly guys.
I'm the reason why Jason doesn't have beer in his hobby room anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a one-man prohibition unit.
Yeah.
Well, at least when you were there, you got offered a beer.
Uh-oh. That's fine.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Tim, I had to bring my own.
See that? See that?
Well, so here's the thing. Okay, everybody stop. Tim, you have been offered a beer. You turn it down. Mikey, you brought seltzer.
I did bring something. I did.
Only because they were out of Zima at the liquor store.
Right.
Since 1994.
They still make that stuff.
Hey, nice hat.
They do. They just don't call it Zima anymore. They call it White Claw.
No, they call it LaCroix.
Yeah, they call it something.
Well, my favorite one is the ranch water, but you can't find ranch water anywhere.
Well, I have a sister-in-law that works on a ranch. I could have her send you some. It's branding season, so it might be really tasty.
Hey.
And it's manly because it was on the shoot. What was the name of that show? My memory is just not working today.
Was it Dallas? Was it Dallas? It was Dallas, right? It was Dallas?
The new Dallas.
Oh, it wasn't Dallas. It was all a dream.
The new Dallas.
Bang! Ooh, I'm dead. Ta-da! No, I'm not.
I fooled you.
It was Maggie Simpson the whole time. Spoilers.
Who killed JR? That's taking it back.
So what is the deal with that hat, Mike?
My go to hell hat. If you don't like my hat, you can go to hell.
No, I just think it's hilarious that you have to bend the front up so your visor's missed.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Pappy. Y'all wants to see my moonshine still?
You look like the oldest Navy SEAL on record, dude.
Right. Except for being fit, in shape, and have any skills.
Well, you're more of a mascot. More of a mascot.
Okay, that's it. I'm a mascot. But I'm kind of proud of myself. I just made my firewall fit.
Congratulations.
Well, I used that aftermarket distributor that was slightly larger than the factory one, so I had to cut a notch in the firewall to get it all to go together.
Notch in the old firewall trick, huh?
That's the old firewall trick, yeah.
Why does that sound so naughty?
Because you're Justin Ryan, that's why.
You're naughty.
Frank is either still trying to track down that fly or working real hard. I believe it's the quietest he's been on this show ever since the first time we had him on.
No, I'm still working. I'm just looking something up right now. I put in an order with Josh over at VCG Resins,
right?
And when my order arrived, it came with a special present that I'm going to be putting to good use at some
Well,
point.
I know.
Nice.
It is, if you remember back in February on the AMC livecast, Mike was wearing that red and black bucket hat.
Mhm.
So Josh printed up one of those hats.
Did
Nice.
when he got the first one
Oh,
done,
sweet.
he got the first ones done. He sent me like 2 or 3 of them. Said thanks for the inspiration.
But wait, it's gonna get worse.
It's gonna get
On-
worse.
On Cult 3D, there's a file that I could download. If you remember from Jurassic Park, Sir Richard Attenborough, the character he played.
Yeah.
Look at the
Nice.
face.
That's awesome.
He spared no expense.
That's I'm gonna paint that to be Mike.
Oh,
I put the hat on it.
You're gonna have
He's carrying a cane, but I'm gonna give Mike a pimp stick.
Oh, nice.
Ah,
Is there a way when you print that to make the middle of the print a little bit bigger?
Bigger.
Give him a little more girth.
He's gonna have to cut him off at the knees to get the scale right.
Nothing a little epoxy resin can't
Right? Some milliput.
See you, Joey Clark. It was good having you in the chat, buddy.
So long, Joey.
take care, Joey.
He's gonna print a smooth basketball and cut it in half and stick it on there. That's what it's
A little bit of millipooch.
I'm cracking out the Luca C recommended Tamiya extra thin quick cement, just so you guys know.
Putting on decals?
Yeah, he's putting
Putting on
details.
decals. Putting on decals. Gotta get it out. He didn't even move. He's like,
You need
Well,
to.
because sound hasn't reached him yet.
Well, he's in another time zone, so
Sounds like in the background the teacher put him in detention.
Yes.
Still no
Wah, 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 wah.
and apparently he has a duck in his room.
Quack.
Maybe I do.
I hope so. I really do hope you do.
And what's that? What's that other thing that the guinea hen?
Guinea hen. I
Yeah.
hate those. God.
That's a serious hate. Right.
guinea hens and turtles hate Jason. That's just all there is to it.
My God.
I have never come so close to
Teenage
falling
Mutant
out
Ninja
of
Turtles.
an enclosed cab machine as when he told that turtle story. I about fell out of that machine. I just saw a thing where it's King Bob's birthday. Happy birthday, King Bob.
Happy birthday, King Bob.
Happy
All right.
birthday!
Let's take a look at this, guys. We've inspired people.
Uh-oh. To do what?
Out of their phone.
We don't know.
For the most part, it looks like we inspire people to do this.
Yeah.
Because when we gotta read the chat, we're so old, we can't read it. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Yes.
And some of us even put a second pair of glasses on.
Right?
Also looking forward to attending my first group meeting with Classic Plastic.
Wow.
Wow.
Andy's
Don't bring
the
your
tweet
wallet.
guy. I remember him now, Jason, because when you brought him up, he was the tweet guy.
Nice.
Yeah, it is nice. You know,
Look forward to seeing you, David.
You know, we're all old people. We're having some hard times and stuff like that, but none of us are so blind that our hats have to have goggles on.
Exactly.
speak for yourself. I gotta have it. My hat's got to be able to see where it's going.
What is that, Mike? Is that your seeing eye hat?
That's the hat that lights up my future.
So everybody's in a model club here, right? You all have one, right?
Yeah,
I know you do, BG.
No,
Right.
I'm not in.
Yes, sir.
I quit that club.
So,
I don't like that runs
Where
it.
does your club meet at, and what time of day?
Go ahead, Tim.
And by everybody, I can't see the chat, but in the chat, let us know your club and when you meet and where do you meet. I'm curious.
I know that Jason and I's club is the first Saturday of every month, and it is at what hall is that, Jason?
VFW.
No, it's not a VFW.
Yeah, I think it is.
No, it's
American
What is
Legion.
it?
Oh,
No,
here we
it's
go.
not.
Club fight.
I don't know what it is. I forget. But it's
American
every Saturday
Legion.
from
Not American Legion.
1 o'clock.
Catholic War
Legion,
veteran.
Yeah.
French
Hold
Foreign
on.
Legion.
To 4 o'clock.
Hold on. Hold on. Everybody
Daughters of
stop.
the American Revolution.
The
It's at,
DAR?
that, it's at that place with the tables, the chairs, the people. You know what I'm talking about.
Is it a Knights of Columbus Center?
Do they do bingo?
Is it a Masonic temple?
No.
No.
Is it a
Is it a
massage
moose
parlor?
You got to do a
lodge?
secret handshake to get in.
Jason said what it is. What is it, Jason?
Oh my.
Is it a moose lodge?
No.
Is it a moose knuckle?
Oh, holy cow. It is an American Legion.
What I just said.
I told you.
We all did.
That's where I
Jason,
had my
you
game
were
meeting there the
wrong.
week before.
So, okay, that happens every once in a great while. So, no big deal.
And on
Me being
camera.
wrong.
Yeah, right.
So anyway,
Yeah.
our meetings are the first Saturday of every month from 1 to 4.
Interesting.
I actually have two clubs that I entertain myself with to escape the house with. The main one is the Miniature Figures Collectors of America Club. We
What's
meet
that
at
spell?
the MFCA. We meet at AAA Hobbies the last Sunday of every month, from when the doors open up until the doors close.
Oh, it's a long day.
Love
Well, I
that.
mean, you don't have to go. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the official meeting time is only at like 1 o'clock, and it lasts for about 20 minutes. We actually they bumped it up because of Memorial Day weekend, and they changed it to today. So I did not go to that because I was just coming back from AMPS this morning. So the other one I do is it's kind of a club for beginners.
Sign me up.
Or I should say it's made up of beginners, a lot of beginners. We meet at the local, the shop is called Joe's Train Station. He is trying to become a full-fledged hobby shop, and me and my buddy Mark Carver are kind of like his influencers. When he's curious as to what he should put on the shelf, he comes to us and says, "Hey, what kits should I buy to put on my shelf to make me successful?" So we meet there on the third Saturday of every month from about 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
That's cool.
Wow.
Nice.
Guys.
So middle of the day.
Correct.
Yeah.
And for the most part, it's me holding court, answering all sorts of questions, which is fine because that's what I like to do. So
We're spoiled here because the hobby shop that we have too is very, very well stocked. And one of the head guys here, this guy Brian, who's very nice. He always texts me and lets me know when something new's coming out or when something's come in. And
nice.
yeah, so we're very spoiled by them.
I've met Brian. He is cool. It's cool
Yeah, he's a
stuff.
nice guy.
He also comes into the chat.
Yeah. He went to that RTS show this morning and was giving me and Jason a report of how it was. There's some pictures of the tables and stuff, which was nice. Yeah, Brian's good people.
Well, there's two clubs that meet here in my little town. One's just a regular IPMS club, and it's called IPMS of Ocala. They meet on Thursdays at the church, and one Thursday a month at the church, and then FAST, which is Florida Auto and Scale Trucks, meets on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock. Well, once a month, that Saturday morning, 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's awesome.
Unfortunately, and I don't mean to pick on them, but they're all retirees and older guys. I've stopped going to the meetings because there's no activity, right? They don't do nothing.
Because the hobby's dying, right?
No, they just bless their hearts, they've been there and done it, and they just don't want to take the time to do
Bless
it.
your hearts. There it is.
Oh, I know what that means.
Bless their heart.
You know what?
Mike?
The why that is because with the older guys, it's a day out just to be with people and
Yeah.
talk and all that stuff. That's what it is. It becomes a social event.
I like the way this place smells.
Yeah, we go to it on the Fast Club. Goes to a dude's house. He converted his garage over just to be able to host the club, and that's where he puts displays all of his models in.
So, Mike, if you want to spice up those meetings, just walk in the room and yell, bingo!
I've got my own plan. I think instead of doing a club, and I know that we've all heard different versions of this, but I'm going to follow a little bit of a Ricky's idea and maybe come up with a once a month or bi-monthly event. If I can find a good venue. I mean, I can find a good venue. It's the cost of it. And be able to have like just a gathering where everybody gets together and shows off their stuff.
I like it. Need to have more of that stuff.
Yeah, especially if we can get if we draw up interest.
Something that BG and I just experienced is yesterday we had a big change happen for clubs here in Phoenix. It's been so traditional because there's been, several model car clubs since the 70s. And traditionally they would always meet at someone's house, usually on Saturdays, but at night and through the year. So that kind of even came into when we started the Model Car Mafia 4 years ago. And just because of the situation and opportunity we got with Andy's, yesterday was the first time that we had a meeting. We started at 10 o'clock on Andy's open, but a meeting during the day and at a location, at a regular, it just had a more like a clubhouse setting because Andy really did design a great area, take a section of his store, very huge section, and allowed us to have a great space to do whatever we want, as long as it was,
The man is giving up retail space so we can have a meeting.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
So at that meeting,
And
go ahead.
And the thing I really feel, first of all, we were wondering how it was going to take because, it's different for these guys here in Phoenix and not used to that, being always at someone's house and being at night. We were very surprised, happily surprised. We had a really good showing and everybody was very positive and had a good time.
Very
At least
good.
that's what they say to my face.
So my question
I
was,
tell you what, I like it.
yeah. So do you guys at the meetings? Do you guys do any building, or you guys just meet and show you models and?
We're hoping to start doing some
We just- Yeah, now we got the room. We're probably gonna like a lot. If people want to bring their stuff and sit, there's plenty of space and table space to sit down and do building. So I think that would be great to start doing that. And but we have a great designated area for everybody. Just brings what they're working on as far as like a project they want to show, or obviously completed models. They bring their freshly built model, whatever they want to bring. And so we have a great display of built models. There's no theme or anything. It's just bring a model car to the meeting. And it's really been working out for years with that. But I really think I really like the way it went yesterday.
The reason why I asked, you guys do building and stuff, because that would be good for Andy's. They
Yes,
come in,
exactly.
all you guys
It
are
would
sitting
be.
around, you guys are building, you got models on the table, so that helps his foot traffic, and people come in and see that it comes out of the box, and this is what you can do with it.
Hey, Mike.
That's a very good point. And and something I noticed from yesterday, just observing how it was. I think if we were to do that, because of the meeting, kind of, we did what we did. It was like we don't usually have, because our club, there's no dues, there's no business. We don't ever have anything like that. But of course, because of a few changing situations, BG did a wonderful job standing up, talking to the club, explaining things. We kind of all discussed it, figured what we all want to do for the future. And that's about it. So we really don't ever have club business. It's really just a gathering. And so with that, it seemed like after that, and everybody kind of mulled around the store. Everybody's talking, hanging out. And it lasted about 2 hours, which is pretty typical of our meetings. Lasts about 2.5 hours. People start leaving, and it's lunchtime too, so they were rolling to go get something to eat. And I just wonder if we brought in the aspect of, and then slowly everybody would just start doing is bringing the aspect of sitting down and building and BSing. Then I wonder if people will stay long too.
I hope so.
Hang out longer.
Mike, thank you. So what I did was I went on Amazon and got these little magnetic cards that are dry erase boards and put the club logo decal on there so that you can just go around with dry erase markers and people can just write on their information so we can clean them off at the end of the day and reuse these. I got a stack of them for like $30 on Amazon. And what's really cool is we just play our model cars on metal shelves. So we can just stick it to the metal shelf, and away you go. So if you're doing club things, consider trying something like this instead of having to print out tags to put with cars all the time, because that gets expensive after, I don't know, 3 years.
Yeah.
And they also weigh 50 pounds.
That was a fantastic idea. Plus, it turns out where we display the models is over on this metal shelving, which brought the models up nice and high. I really liked it, and tucked out of the way at the back of the meeting area. And so they're magnetic, so it was cool. They just stuck right there next to the model.
Having the meeting during the day was a lot better for lighting too, so you could actually see the stuff.
I liked it. Yeah, definitely liked it.
Except for poor Mark, who brought a Battleship Gray Plymouth that was the exact same color as the shelving. it was just headlights.
That's just bad luck.
Yep.
I tell you what I thought of.
We're talking about.
I think it's a little too complicated, but it sounded like a good idea. I was looking at, we locally have these, I call them warehouses, but they're shops, like automotive shops that are side by side in these big overgrown warehouses. So what I thought about doing was setting up a place where a person could bring their little, if you wanted to bring a little rolling toolbox or something like that that had your stuff in it that you could secure at the end of the night. Maybe you can't build it home. Maybe you can't get the distractions are there or whatever. And then once a month you come there and have your little space and rent a big building with other people. So you got one-on-one.
That's a cool idea.
I think it would be it's not very expensive, but I think it'd be a little complicated. You know what I mean? Now you got to bring all your stuff down there and that whole traveling thing and building. But then again, those everybody uses them for going on planes now. You stuff them with foam and whatnot. Much like those gun racks that you got, they got them on wheels, right? So if you knew you were going once a month, you could keep that packed with what you needed there at the house and still have your bench stuff.
I just want to answer a question from David Lori. We have yesterday afternoon we had 2 of those sets of pens on the shelf still. So if you're going to go to Andy's and buy one of those bunker sets, you better get up there tomorrow because they're going to be out soon. We only had 2 on the shelf, so there you go.
See that?
I know because I saw
BG's the liaison. I love it.
Oh, dude, it was awesome at the meeting because guys were hanging out all around the store, and I was walking around saying hi to folks. And like, hey, do you guys have any of this in stock? I'm like, oh, check the system and looking up stuff and helping people make decisions on things. And I'm like, oh, yeah, even when I'm not here, I'm here.
Yeah. Something that I've done for going to little build sessions. I've always had, friends like BG we used to do it over at BG's house, a few of us. And, years ago, I went and got a fishing tackle box. And I pretty much everything, the major tools that I use, glues, everything, I kind of have a double. So I don't take anything with me that's on my bench when I go to a build session. I have everything I need in this tackle box. And it opens up and it's like 3-tier. It's wonderful. And I have a tote, which I like to kind of change this over. I'd like to get one that's wheeled and, you know, whatever. That'd be a lot easier. But I have a tote that I put that in. I will have a light. You know, I always bring like, I got to get a new one, but have like a little small light to bring, and a cutting mat. Always bring a cutting mat because, you know, you don't want to be cutting on the tables at people's houses or at the store you go to. So I put all those in there, and then whatever kits I want to bring with me, you know, and then there's enough room in that. And that's been really easy to transport. And again, I have doubles of everything in that tackle box. When I come home, I just leave the thing in a spot in my storage area, and it's been really easy to go to build sessions with that. Glad I can help.
I think
That's what I'm here for.
I think model builders should have a go box, or something you can
Yes.
head out the door with if you're going to go do a build session.
Yes, because it's a great thing, man.
I used to get, when I had the shop, I'd get these, I don't know if you can see them, you can't see them in the picture, but these little snap-on chest and top cabinet toolboxes. Collectively, they're about 18 inches tall, 16 inches tall. We've got an upper box and a lower box. And when you buy so much shit, they give you stuff. But anyway, I got a bunch of those. And that's what I use because the top one actually has a little door on it that when you shut the lid, the door covers up the slides on the drawers, so nothing can roll out. It's got a little lock thing on the bottom, and that's what I use. But they're stupid expensive. But Harbor Freight's come out with the same thing, and they're super cheap. So I keep all my little pieces apart. The hell out of that damn dry eraser.
I'm answering questions while you guys are talking. This is awesome. I love this. I need to do this on the podcast when Matt just won't shut up.
Yeah, Brian's talking about it. Worked great for that. Because like I said, this bay that I'm looking at, this place that I'm looking at, it started out, that's where I was going to move my Jeeps left over from my 1-to-1 and just put them in there and then tinker with them when I had time and whatnot. Because it would hold, you can easily put 3 lifts in there and have 3 cars in there working. And it has a little lobby and it's got a bathroom. So it's got like all the amenities you would need. And I was just going to build shelves along the back side that are tall enough to where you can sit down on them, work, have the light overhead, and then one of those little, like a little Craftsman roll toolbox or one like Brian was talking about. You put your stuff in it, secure it, put it up underneath there. That's your spot. You come back every month and pull your stuff out and work on it.
Yeah, and if you have a car lift in there, you can put the car on and raise it up so you can
get up underneath it. Jason, you're making chat hungry. I don't know what you're eating. You're making chat hungry.
I'm glad I'm not the only one on here.
That's what I mean.
Wasabi. Ooh.
He's just putting some nuts in his mouth.
Yep.
That wasabi.
Yep.
Stuff. Oh, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Ooh, I can see the light.
Oh, yeah? Can you?
Yeah. The chassis is mounted to the chassis, or the tub is mounted to the chassis.
I was like, yeah, you might have done that wrong.
Right. And when was the last time you saw a model with a 2-piece frame where you got the chassis and the frame are separate, or frame off, if you would?
This Bronco kit?
That Bronco's that way?
Yeah. Bronco has a, it's got like the interior tub and then a sub chassis and then a chassis.
Oh, okay.
Am I making people nervous?
Yeah.
You always make me nervous.
He's making real progress.
As long as it's not a beer with French, you're okay.
Yeah. I've made more progress today than I have in the past 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Is what it is, I guess.
That's because I make this boring.
I've been tinkering with my other chassis for my.
Hey, this is a family show. You don't talk about that.
That thing fit before, but when I put the wheels up underneath it, it was going to be that high off the ground, right? Because
Well, hold on, Frank. I got you back, buddy.
oh, there he is.
Oh,
Look at that looks spectacular. Love it. Love it.
Niceness, bud. That looks trick.
That does look good.
Absolutely
Love the old school
fabulous.
Max.
That's nice. Very nice.
Hold on, bring something up.
Okay.
That's stupendous.
hopefully it doesn't slide around on that.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Love that stance, man. Love that stance. That is old school. Screams it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
that bears,
Unbelievable.
that bears a magazine cover for sure.
That is awesome.
Pistons, man. They've got pistons in them.
Hold on. I'm going to do myself.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that
Oh,
shine.
man. That looks nice.
Sharp, dude. That is sharp. That is
liking that a lot. That's very good.
So
I
I'm
like
sitting here,
that.
sitting here, what can I do to make it look a little bit different?
window about halfway
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it. Good.
So that'll look really good once it's compounded and polished. I haven't even done that yet.
Not even in that.
Oh, yeah. That'll look nice.
I like
Yeah.
the stabilizer you have on the front there. That shows up pretty well.
Thank you.
Looks really good, Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you all in the chat for the compliments.
Yes, everybody in the chat, thank you very much.
I got most of the front ends.
Hang on, BG. I got you. Dun, dun.
Most of
Sorry, I
it
was-
was in mocked up.
Ooh,
That look at
And rubber black seems like it was a better choice than just semi-gloss black for that. So and the rockers, it all just presses in place. I mean, it's darn near a snap kit.
yeah.
Wish they did some, now I'm thinking I wish they'd done something a little different for the winch area down there, but it is what it is.
Dude, that blue is really nice.
Thank
Is
you.
that Area 51?
No, it's actually AS19 from Tamiya,
Ah,
which is
Nice.
very, very close to the Area 51 blue.
Tim Klankowitz says it's looking smurf-tastic, BG.
Thank you. That could, unfortunately, with this Smurf, that could mean anything.
There you go.
The four-door
Thanks, Cliff.
Belvedere, I think I'm with Ryan on that one. I don't know that anybody makes a four-door Belvedere kit. And if so, it would have been maybe Joe Hall back in the day. But I don't think they did. I know they made the two-door because I've got
one year?
64, 68, I'm sorry, 68 Belvedere.
68 Belvedere now.
Nah, that doesn't sound about right.
It would definitely be a resin printed deal. He's looking for the Adam 12 car, basically.
Oh, the Adam 12 car, yeah.
That sounds like something that would probably have been resin at one point.
What was
Which one is that? Which one did he say?
68 Belvedere.
The 68 Belvedere four-door,
Oh.
the Adam 12 police car.
Yeah.
Didn't Adam 12 start out with a Matador? And then they switched up to the Belvederes? I don't remember.
If that's true, now I need them. Now I need to get an Adam 12 car because it's an AMC. Got to build it
What
on.
what was that Plymouth police car that Johan did, the blue and white one?
Was that the Imperial?
No, hang on, let me
68
grab
No,
that.
it was a
That was a
68
Fury?
Fury.
Fury.
Louis has like 17 of them. It's his
Yeah.
favorite model.
You're right, Kevin. The comments will always correct me.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, that's the one. The Pursuit car.
The
Is that a
Pursuit.
four-door? Yeah. The Fury 3.
Matt, have you opened up your J.R. Salvino's junior kit yet and looked in it?
Which one?
The number 40 of the Traveler.
I didn't get it.
Oh, you didn't get it? Okay.
Nah.
I'm waiting.
Traveler's whiskey.
Yeah, the Traveler's whiskey junior's car. I'm waiting on the color to come in from Scale Finishes. Scale Finishes has that color. And,
Yeah. Oh, really? Because I know MCW does too.
Did they get it too? That's cool. I mean, I know MCW makes great stuff for sure. I just have a little trouble navigating the color site where I think Jameson's really got that hammered down well as far as being able to find, because you look it up like you're looking it up for a 1-to-1 car.
Yeah.
Okay, so
The thing is, like with MCW, why I like MCW is he offers lacquers. I like working with lacquers. So
yeah.
So Dave and Lori's not familiar with half of us.
Okay.
Half of you guys.
Jason, Luca, and Frank, you guys are covered. So that leaves me. I am Mike, the Scale Model Outlaw. And it leaves Tim. Tim, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Nice to meet you, Tim.
I do not have a YouTube channel. I am only on Instagram. It's Tim's Model Shop.
And of course, none other than the great Justin Ryan. Justin, you want to tell them about yourself?
I'm Justin.
that's all we need.
That's all you need to know.
I am a co-host of the world famous, notorious Modeling Insanity podcast and known shenanigans bringer. And I build all sorts of shit.
He does. He does.
Yes, he does. Emphasize on the shit.
Woo! Who do you think you are, Riv?
I was going to say, that sounded like Riv. He does a great job for him.
It's like if you bought Riv on Wish.
Oh,
Well, Dave and Lori, welcome to the show. We're glad to have you. The chat's really going crazy tonight. We got, 64?
That's cool.
64 people in here.
Yeah, we were up to like 70 something at one point.
Would have 65, but I'm actually on it, not watching it. So
See what happens? I promise to leave my shirt on and people show up.
Oh.
Hey, Mike's Mods and Customs. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Mike. Good to see you, man.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, yeah, I'm Brian with BT Model Workshop.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm bad.
It's right up there with forgetting to send me the invite.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, PG Model Workshop. Tell them about yourself, buddy.
Zing!
Zing.
So, if we're done with, are we done with introductions?
Sure.
Yeah, can we get this started now?
Yeah, exactly. Kevin
The
Smith.
intro's finally over.
Yeah, Kevin Smith wants to know if Mikey has him blocked. He's been over on his channel for an hour and nothing.
I don't block anybody, but I don't know what's going on there, Kev. I'll have to check it. I don't think I blocked it. I don't know that I've ever blocked anybody off that channel.
Huh.
I don't know. I'll check it out, Kevin. If there's something going on, I'll sub you or whatever, but we'll figure it out.
It's probably me because remember I bring shenanigans.
He does bring shenanigans.
Probably Justin.
Everything's Justin's fault, right?
100%.
Chuck's not here to be the punching bag. It's gotta be.
That doesn't stop us from picking on Chuck.
I know you're not blocked on my YouTube. And that's where you would need to be to see this. Settings. Notifications.
Uh-oh. All right. I'm going to get going, guys.
Mom, we're getting after you?
Yeah. We got an appointment at 3 o'clock to go get our cell phone sorted out. So
Okay.
Well, we definitely appreciate you stopping by. I know you made arrangements and moved some stuff around to be here, so I want to thank you for that for sure, my brother. You know, you're always welcome. It's always good to see you, and thank you for doing what you do, my friend.
Yeah,
thank you
BG,
very
good to
much.
see you again,
Hey,
buddy.
Brian, if I don't
Yeah.
see you through the
Yeah,
week, I'll
BG.
see you through the window. So keep the shades up.
Yeah, well, I know you got a new telescope, so thanks for letting me know about that spot on my back.
Gross. Gross.
Oh
right.
boy.
Night,
Thank you guys in the chat.
All right.
Bye, buddy.
Lovely reading your notes, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Appreciate you, bro.
See you,
I'll
bud.
see you at the playground,
Yeah.
BG, later this week.
Hey,
Also
Dingus,
creepy.
Matt, don't forget to tell everybody about the Porsche thing in great detail.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Okay, we'll do it.
Okay, bye.
Well, we're
Bye.
getting to it. I was
Okay,
wondering
see
when that was
you.
going to come up because I hinted at it a couple times, but we've got some time now. Matt, if you want to share that awesome information.
All right, it's our third annual Porsche. I'm gonna stop. Chuck's not here; he can screw himself. It's the because I speak properly when we're doing business. So it's the third annual Porsche Group Build. Any Porsche model, Porsche, and we go over to Lucasy Porsche Hobby Modeling Porsche Modeling thing group. You'll find it.
Blah, 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 blah.
And and then you know just start posting. We're going to be starting on June 1st, and it'll end September 30th or 31st, whatever the last day of September. So it's a nice summer build your Porsche, hang out over at the group over there, post your what your progress is and everything, and we just have a good time. We've been doing it, like I said, this is the third one. Chuck over at Chuck's Hobby Spot is the one who started this, but kind of just ended up being a thing that we just make sure happens every year. People like it. It's a small niche group, but there's a lot of people that really look forward to it every year. We weren't even thinking about it, and I started getting people asking me, "Hey, are you doing the Porsche build this year?" It's like, well, yeah. We almost forgot about it because we got our really cool rally race car builds going on for the podcast. So that's pretty much it. The rules are build a Porsche model. It's the rules.
Even the tractor.
Anything Porsche.
Sweet.
What about
Even
a
the
King
tractor.
Tiger? What about a King Tiger with a
What's
Porsche
that?
turret? How about a King Tiger
Sure.
with a Porsche turret?
There you go.
What's happening?
Do it. Actually, people have talked about doing that, and do it.
Porsche.
Go for it.
No.
Anything Porsche.
That would mean I'd have to buy something new to build, and I just bought some shit from Amps. And
And you've
I've
had
already
it
got
with that,
too much.
right?
What's that?
And Chet's made a comment that I'm going to shamefully have to reply to. Chet, that is still 100% my fault. I have not finished up the petty car, but as soon as I do, which I'm looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. Hopefully by next Sunday we'll be buttoning this thing up, and then Jason and I will get together and make an announcement. I know there's a lot of group builds coming up in June that start on June 1st, but most go till December. Ours goes for a whole year, so it may not affect as much with that group build, but we are definitely going to do it. It's just a matter of me. I dropped the ball. My fault. Please don't punch me in the face anymore. Frank does that enough.
Oh, now you ruined all the fun.
Well, we are creeping up on our 2-hour mark. Matt just talked about the Porsche build, so we'll give him a break. Justin, you got anything that you want to plug, talk about, share with everybody? Again, congratulations on your bringing home the iron from the amps and the show before that. So anything you want to share, talk about, plug, You're standing there like you're catching flies.
Yes. Listen to the Modeling Sanity podcast. Available to you at any of your favorite podcast hosting stations.
Awesome.
That's it.
Is it on Spotify? It's on Apple and all the
Apple, Spotify, yeah, all that. Buzzsprout.com.
Okay.
You know.
What about your? You got a YouTube page?
Negative. Oh well, I mean, Insanity does. Insanity TV. There's not much there for the car guys right now. I think we just have a couple of tank build and reviews, and I think there's one hobby shop tour.
Yeah.
And then you can find me on Ryan's Random Model Works on Facebook and Instagram.
Sweet. And our good friend Frankie. Frankie, what you got going on? What you want to plug? What you want to talk about?
I'm going to be doing a series of videos about 3D printing coming up as a collaboration with a young gentleman named Outlaw. I'm going to be
Florida man.
I'm going to be printing out the models, going over how I mount them onto the build plates, support them, what my settings are, just do a basic review of the usability, the accuracy of the parts themselves, and then I'll be shipping them off to Mike, who's going to build them and utilize them. Mike and I want to make sure that people know going forward these things are not for sale. Nothing I do is ever for sale.
What if they offer you extra? No, just kidding. What about for a really close friend?
It doesn't. Well, as long as it's not a commercial endeavor, but you got to be a really close friend.
Like as in living in Long Island.
Yeah, close enough.
Frank, what if somebody walked up to you and went, "How you doing?"
How you doing?
How you doing?
Come on.
Believe me, I get it. I get a lot.
Don't you give me the sexy eyes, devil woman.
I
I just uploaded that build series for Dylan McCool and 5 emails already.
Yeah, I'm sure.
My dad had a '74 Olds Cutlass 4-door. Do you make models of that? No, I don't.
What do I look like, Ravel?
So I'm looking forward to working with you on that, Frank. That's going to be a lot of fun. Without disclosing too much, I've of course already received some stuff, and wow, it's amazing how accurate and how well built this stuff is. I think it's mad for sure.
Ultimately, the goal between the two of us collaborating is we recognize that 3D printing is going to be going forward. It's going to start being more and more a large part of the hobby. So we want to get people involved as much as possible, even if not, like if there is something that's available by retailers like Josh over at VCG Resins or Iceman, we're gonna defer to them.
Right.
That we're gonna defer that you buy the printed product from them, but at the same time, at some point, look into getting a 3D printer because it does add an aspect. There, guys like Josh and Joel are always going to have files that you're not going to have access to.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be harming their business model by buying a 3D printer. If anything, it will eventually make everybody's business model improve because we will have access to more cars that we've never had access to before, more engine choices, LSs and stuff like that. And that's what we're going to be trying to be spotlighting going forward.
And the process, whether it's a file that you have or if it's a file that has, essentially the process of putting a 3D printed motor together it's the same, whether it's a file from one that you got off of Colts or one that Josh and them. Essentially, it's all the same thing if printed correctly. Then it's essentially all the same stuff. So it'll be a process because a lot of what I'll be showing is how I do it, what works, what doesn't work, And again, these things are, they're out there. Try them, use them. They're amazing. Talking about the future, I saw Kalinkowitz says printing is where it's going in the future. I don't believe that you're ever going to go online or to a store and find a fully printed model at the Hobby Lobby. I think chances are that you're going to be able to go to a hobby store. I say never's a long time, but I think the first phase that we will see, or the first phase one, if you will, is going to be, and they already do it in armor, aircraft, and I believe ships. You get the regular injection molded, and then there'll be some 3D printed upgrades that you can buy. If you can buy the basic one, or you can buy the upgraded one that has some photo etch and 3D printed. I think we'll see that before we start seeing full 3D printed models at the.
You might start seeing 3D printers at hobby shops.
Yeah, that I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. But I have swore off of buying a 3D printer just because it takes so much to learning. I'm trying to figure out this stupid computer. Never mind a 3D printer. But we're definitely looking forward to that, working with Frank, and it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's just going to be a lot of cool, really cool collab, and we'll have some fun with that. What about you, Mr. Tim Ryan? What you got going on? What you want to plug? What you want to talk about?
Nothing. I got nothing to plug. Just, all my favorite channels, all the things I watch. You guys all know what they are. You watch I listen to the Scale Insanity, the Insanity guys, which have inspired me to buy a tank model, which I will build.
Nice.
Even if you're not an automotive builder, I recommend you listen to them. They're very entertaining, and you will learn things because modeling is all the same, whether it's a tank or a house or whatever. So, yeah, give them a listen. And, the Scale Model Car Podcast and the guys on Thursday night, So, and if you want to see any of my work, I'm on Instagram at Tim's Model Shop.
Andy's on, what's Pinterest?
Oh, Pinterest, yeah.
We found that one out since he's been here.
Yeah, that's just posting pictures of models from model shows and stuff like that. So,
well, Mr. Matt, we gave you a special opportunity to relax your vocals. You got anything you want to talk about? Plug? I mean, you got that little bitty YouTube channel that you got like 5 or 6 subscribers.
That guy, what's his name? Lucas C, the Lucas C channel. Yeah. You can check that out if you want. I wouldn't.
It's a great channel. I've told the story before when I got back to the hobby and I got on YouTube. There's got to be somebody doing it. And that was the first one that popped up. I'm like, oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch of
That was
somebody.
the first one?
Very first one.
And you stuck with the hobby.
Not only did I stick with the hobby, that's how I met everybody. I started commenting on your stuff. People started commenting back. I found out about the lives. And then, of course, I met Jason, and the ball just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. Yeah. You guys introduced me to Scale Model Car Podcast, introduced me to the Insanity Podcast, and now
now we're stuck with them.
Now you guys
there it is. Yeah. It will never go away.
That's it. It's like a bad penny. It just keeps showing up. Well, if that's all you got.
Bad ass rash.
Well, that leaves you, Mr. Jason, my fellow co-host. What you got to plug? I know Matt left a couple out, or at least one.
There's always one. You can find me. Obviously, if you're watching this, you know where to find me. Blue Model Shop. On Instagram and Facebook, these words, same name. Tune into my podcast with the 3 of the most trying individuals I've ever. No, 3 of my best buddies ever. We can find that on Spotify and I think some other weird podcasting platforms that I can never get to work.
Jason has the patience of Job.
Yes, I do.
You guys have a YouTube channel as well?
So, yeah, we've got a YouTube channel now that you can tune into. YouTube class. Geez, I'm getting all screwed up here. Scale Model Car Podcast Classics. Good grief, that was like pulling teeth. Tune in to watch all our old podcast. And you know what it is Tim did such a good job the last time we did this of plugging everybody. I'm all messed up. I have no idea what to say.
That's why I didn't say much. I think I overstepped my bounds last time. So
No, you didn't overstep any bounds. You obviously did 10 times better job than I am.
He ran down the gauntlet for sure. I was like, I don't think there's anything left to say.
I'm a little excited. That's all.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with
No,
that.
nothing wrong with that at all. And I am just now remembering I am going to be a guest on the Automotive Podcast tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right.
I've just remembered that.
With me.
Oh, Frankie's going to be there too. Oh yeah, I definitely got.
Are you, Frank?
Yeah.
I definitely.
Nice.
Yeah, James Testers is in Japan, and Sean Svensson has other commitments outside of the hobby. So,
Oh, nice. This is going to be a fun time then.
yes.
Yeah, so tune into that YouTube channel to see me and Frank hanging out again, I guess.
Can't get enough of you guys. Hang on, man.
Right, exactly.
All right.
That's
Well, that leaves me then. Obviously, I want to thank everybody, Matt and Mr. PG, for showing up today and hanging out with us. Good time for sure. Big hats off to my fellow co-hosts, Justin, Tim, Frank, and of course, Steve at Blue Ox Model Shop. I am the Scale Model Outlaw. You can find me there. Obviously, you found us here. So Jason and I simulcast this both to both channels. And Thursday nights, you can find me and Jason, a different Jason, KRD Jason, and Bruce at the AMC Livecast. And we always want to give a big plug to the Insanity Model Podcast, the Model Car Podcast. We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate the chat, everybody for stepping in and hanging out.
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on, don't jump out yet.
okay.
We got people yelling at us that people need help here. Hold on.
Oh, no, I need help.
I gotta scroll backwards. You can't abandon people that need help. Who needs help?
Manny Crespo wants to know, how do you attach 3D printed wheels to an AMT or a Revell model kit?
Hopes and dreams.
Most of the bosses on model cars are 1/8 inch. I don't know if you have dial calipers, Manny, but most of them are 1/8 inch. So if you could get your hands on some 1/8 inch either aluminum tube, and then put that onto the wheel itself, it should fit over the bosses on most. It will fit on most Revell model cars. Worst case scenario, you would use the tube to attach it directly. Remove as much material as you need to get the stance and the positioning correctly within the wheel well. Apply super glue with Accelerated to get them set, and then make sure along the way that your wheels are in contact at all four corners.
These things are fantastic for making sure that you got them set square.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 blocks. Those are available on Amazon. They do come coated. Yeah, they do come coated in Cosmoline, so you're gonna have to. It's like a thick petroleum jelly, so you're gonna have to clean
mold
that
release.
off.
Mold release. Just wash them in Dawn.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Well, Manny, I hope that answered your question. It really is the best answer you can get. The truth is, it's just something you got to work with, and you can use that tube, the aluminum tube or styrene tube, 100%. What Frank was saying, it's just one of those deals that it's you got to work with it, man. You got to try and figure it out. So.
Get creative.
Get creative, exactly.
Exactly. He asked again, is that what I use? Honestly, Manny, they're all a little bit different, so you have to kind of work your way through it. Is what you have to do. Unfortunately, there's no real way to answer that because
it's just trial and error.
Yeah.
Try stuff to make it work, make it fit. The resin wheels I use the most is Jay's Resin Wheels on eBay, and his wheels fit perfect on almost every Revell monogram kit I've used them on, which is about 15 of them now.
Sometimes you can get really, really lucky, and it depends on the wheels that you bought. Sometimes you can take the factory back, the part that actually connects to the axle. Sometimes you can take that and make it fit in your wheel. if the wheel's bigger, then I mean, sometimes you can do it that way, but chances are you're going to have to come up and be creative.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we
unfortunately,
help, Manny.
There's no blanket answer to that question.
There's
No.
no cross-board answer.
No.
Again, I want to say thank you to everybody for showing up. Thank you for everybody in the chat. We will be back next Sunday, same time, same channel, and we hope to see everybody there. So those of you that have been here since the beginning, yes, I will be shortening the intro because it does not.
Yeah, he trimmed like 5 minutes off of our hangout.
I might have got overzealous. That was my first time doing it, so I did get a little over. I could probably pull 100 of the doubles that I have on Justice alone and save a bunch of time. All right, guys, we definitely appreciate you coming in, hanging out, and we'll look forward to seeing y'all next week. So, peace out. Y'all be good to each other, be kind, and as always, keep on modeling.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all next week.
My mouse is stuck. I can't get the end screen. All right, we're out of here.